Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Graff and this is Module 1 for EDL 901. A little bit about me is I am married and we have two wonderful children, a son and a daughter that you can see in a picture there. This is my 11th year in education, all of which has been in special education. I currently work for the Goddard Special Education Cooperative. When I left the classroom as a special education teacher, I stepped into a special education coordinator role for the newly formed Goddard Special Education Cooperative. That cooperative serves 4 districts in our area. Goddard is kind of our main and largest district. That's where I office out of, but we also support Clearwater, Cheney, and Conway Springs. A little bit more about me. As I previously said, I'm married with 2 kids, and so a lot of the hobbies and things that I do revolve around my family and things that my kids are involved in. If we're not running around to different things that our kids need to get to, then we like to do pretty much anything that we can together that's outdoors, whether that's going for a cruise or camping or even just hanging out by a fire. We love to be outside. My own personal hobbies, though, if it's not with my family, is anything food related. I don't necessarily enjoy cooking. I just enjoy good food and eating good food. And doing that around friends and family, of course. And then faith is also a big part of my life and drives a lot of decisions that I make in my personal life as well. So, enough about me. Let's dig into empowering learning and instruction and how that correlates with technology. So, when we consider this first standard, we know that district leaders play a vital role in enhancing education by engaging in collaborative evaluation processes with educators, curriculum specialists, and stakeholders to assess current curricula's effectiveness to identify areas of improvement. We work closely with experts both in and out of our district to ensure the use of high quality curriculum that stimulates deep learning, critical thinking, and creativity while aligning with educational standards. Leaders also must support the integration of technology-rich programs, provide ongoing professional development for educators, and address non-academic factors like social and emotional support, different health needs of students, and nutrition to ensure the overall student's success. Engaging stakeholders, utilizing data-driven decision-making, and fostering a culture of continuous improvement further strengthens the district, which ultimately benefits students. So now I'm going to go into this first standard a little bit further. So here we can see our first question correlating to that standard. So how do you collaboratively develop, communicate, and maintain a shared vision for student learning that is personal and authentic? Collaboratively developing, communicating, and maintaining a shared vision for student learning that is personal and authentic is a multifaceted endeavor, requiring a concerted effort among various stakeholders at every level of the educational system, as emphasized in the quote. This restructuring requires teamwork among multiple stakeholders at every level, including district curriculum leaders, principals, coaches, teacher leaders, and teachers. As a school district leader, the first step is to foster a culture of open communication and collaboration where input from teachers, administrators, parents, and community members is valued and integrated into the vision. It's crucial to engage in ongoing dialogue to refine and personalize this vision to the unique needs and different aspirations of our student body, ensuring it considers both those academic and non-academic needs. And that is highlighted in the quote, teachers and administrators should look at the whole child, considering both their academic and non-academic needs. By continuously involving those stakeholders, adapting the vision as necessary, and keeping it authentic to the community it serves, we can collectively work toward providing a truly personalized and meaningful learning experience for our students. So moving right along, here's our next question. As a school district leader, the establishment of a curriculum that facilitates deeper learning outcomes tied to real-world applications cultivates a 21st century skill set and maximizes student learning opportunities, and that's important. To achieve this, we must prioritize the use of a high-quality curriculum that demonstrates coherence and continuity and learning progression across grade levels. And that is emphasized in the quote that you can see here on this slide. This means that aligning current goals, content, and assessments to ensure that students build upon their knowledge and skills as they advance through their educational career. We must also integrate the essential 21st century skills as outlined in this quote, according to the Partnership for 21st Century Learning. These include the 4 C's of critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity, as well as life and career skills and information, media, and technology skills. These skills should be interwoven into the curriculum, providing students with the tools that they need to excel in our rapidly changing world, which seems to be more so now than ever, but I'm sure tons of people have said that before. So, to ensure relevance and real world application, the curriculum should incorporate practical, project based learning experiences that connect classroom concepts to authentic, everyday scenarios. This can be achieved through partnerships with local businesses, community organizations, and internships, allowing our students to apply their knowledge in meaningful contexts. Additionally, regular assessments and feedback mechanisms should be in place to gauge students' progress and adjust the curriculum as needed. So next, ensuring equity and access to high-quality devices and the necessary bandwidth for student learning, both in school and at home, is a fundamental responsibility for school district leaders. To achieve this, we must establish a robust network infrastructure that can provide dependable, simultaneous connectivity and access to a diverse range of digital learning tools and online resources. As highlighted in the quote, the network allows for dependable, simultaneous connectivity and access to varied digital learning tools and online resources. Additionally, it is imperative that all teachers, students, and administrators have equitable access to digital devices provided by the district, which are equipped with the appropriate software, hardware, and internet connectivity to support future-ready teaching, leading, and learning on a daily basis, as emphasized by this other quote. To develop a sustainable model for responsive technical assistance that maximizes teaching and learning opportunities district-wide, as a school district leader, I recognize the critical need for a dedicated team of qualified technology professionals that are appropriate for the size of our district to accommodate the number of our students and staff that we have. And that this quote from the Office of Educational Technology also outlines that. So, this professional support ensures that technical issues are promptly addressed, which allows educators to focus on teaching and students to engage in learning without disruption. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Education recommended to provide all students with access to high speed broadband devices and accessible technology for use outside of school hours. By doing so, we not only enhance learning opportunities during traditional school hours, but also then we can extend access to resources beyond the classroom, promoting that equitable access and maximizing the potential for student success throughout the district. To implement a formal cycle for reviewing and replacing hardware with a focus on both short and long-term sustainability, it is imperative to align our technology plans with hardware provisions that support connectivity and capacity, as stated in this quote by the Office of Educational Technology. As a school district leader, our responsibility includes overseeing not only the acquisition, but also the maintenance of up-to-date software for that future-ready teaching, leading, and learning on all district digital devices. And this quote here from the Office of Educational Technology highlights that as well. So this means developing a comprehensive strategy that addresses hardware replacement needs in the context of evolving technology, educational goals, and of course, budget considerations. By establishing a systematic approach that balances short-term efficiency with long-term sustainability, we can ensure that our students and educators have reliable and up-to-date hardware and software that's necessary to excel in our digital age. To create a culture of innovation that promotes risk-taking and empowers all team members in the organization, as a district leader, we must start by recognizing that School climate plays a crucial role in shaping how our students, teachers, and caregivers experience the educational environment, which Modafari and Jimenez also outlined in their quote that you can see there. Embracing this understanding, we should actively promote an atmosphere that values creativity, experimentation, and risk taking. As underscored by this quote, it's paramount nonetheless to accept that innovation is linked to creativity, risk taking, experimentation, which must be part of the education system. This entails encouraging educators to explore innovative teaching methods, provide opportunities for professional development, and establish a safe space where all stakeholders feel empowered to contribute their ideas and take risks. By fostering this culture, we as leaders can drive continuous improvement and prepare our students for the challenges of our modern world. So now we will take a look at the second standard, ensuring high quality and equitable academic and non-academic instructional practices, resources, technologies, and services that support equity and digital literacy within a school district is a task. It involves recognizing that while academics are undoubtedly essential, there are 5 reasons that Hines outlined in his research why non-academic resources are key to student success. And those are: academics are one piece of the student retention puzzle. Basic needs must be addressed first. School comes second in addressing external burdens. Higher education environments have intricate rules, and mental health issues are prevalent among our college-age students, which don't remain outside the classroom walls. And we are seeing more and more of those mental health issues coming to light within our K-12 buildings and not just with those college-age students. So in this context, as a school district leader, it is crucial to emphasize the significance of creating a professional learning environment where teachers and school leaders are continuously engaged in discussions, planning, and instructional design to effectively implement a curriculum, which you can see in a quote here from NIET. By addressing both the academic and non-academic needs and fostering a culture of ongoing professional development, we can provide students with the comprehensive support required to thrive academically and personally. So, in order to provide diverse, collaborative, ongoing opportunities for all educators to enhance their skills, it's critical to recognize that the successful implementation of a curriculum requires not only itself, but also continuous job embedded learning for teachers. And NIET emphasizes that in their quote on the slide there. This means fostering a culture of professional development that offers educators a range of learning experiences, including collaborative workshops, peer mentorship, access to digital resources that could be tailored to their personalized instruction. And then Polikoff acknowledges that need in the quote that's also listed there on that slide. So, by offering a variety of opportunities that cater to those diverse learning styles and needs, we can empower our educators to continuously grow their skills and ensure that they remain effective and adaptable in today's ever-changing world of education. So, in order to maximize student agency and foster a personalized learning experience, we must acknowledge the significance of non-instructional resources. And Hines highlights that here in the quote list that's listed on the slide first. As a school district leader, our approach should encompass a comprehensive understanding of students' non-academic needs, their interests, and their strengths in order to facilitate more meaningful decision making in collaboration with our students themselves. Green and Harrington also emphasize and acknowledge that in the quote that's listed there. So when we provide those necessary tools, resources, and those different goal setting opportunities that align with our students' unique interests and passions, we can then empower them to take ownership of their learning journey, which amplifies their potential for mastering that critical knowledge and skills while also fostering a deep sense of engagement and motivation. So, in order to create a district-wide culture of that shared ownership for professional growth, it's vital to provide a structured framework for collaborative professional development. NIET outlines this and their steps for their effective learning protocol, and you can see that outlined in this quote on this slide. But within that protocol, those steps include identification, obtaining resources, development, application, and then, of course, evaluation. And this set of steps in that protocol offers our educators a clear roadmap for growth. And that could be in the classroom, at the building level, or at the district level. Additionally, it's essential to recognize the importance of addressing student readiness, both again, academically and non academically. And Matafari and Jimenez express that in this quote that's listed on the slide as well. So, by involving educators in discussions and decisions regarding student readiness and professional growth, we then foster a culture of shared responsibility where all stakeholders actively contribute to the ongoing development and success of the district, which ultimately ensures a thriving learning environment for our students. Aligning budgets with strategic and tactile plans as a school district leader entails a multifaceted approach. It involves embracing innovative strategies, which is exemplified in this quote here. And innovation can also be computed using such factors. Such as productivity, time efficiency, or cost efficiency data. And then also our quote from the Office of Educational Technology outlines that as well. So this could include reallocating resources to prioritize digital learning and seeking cost efficient methods through partnerships or possibly even grants. By optimizing those resource allocations and eliminating those non supportive expenses, we can ensure that our budget directly reflects and advances our district's mission and strategic plan while maximizing the value of each dollar spent, which is very important because those are taxpayer dollars typically. So, to effectively implement and communicate clear policies, procedures, and practices on the use of student data with a focus on ensuring high levels of data privacy and security while adhering to state and federal laws, collaborative leadership and proactive communication is essential. It's crucial to involve all stakeholders in the decision-making process regarding data usage. District leaders, we must establish robust policies, typically with our board, that prioritize student safety and privacy while allowing, though, for that exploration of online environments and digital tools. So create a balanced approach. And that can be difficult and quite the task. So regular and transparent communication with staff, students, and parents regarding these policies, procedures, and practices is very important in order to build trust and ensure compliance, which ultimately safeguards our student data and promotes responsible and effective use of our technology in our classrooms. Okay, our third standard. In order to promote culturally responsive and accessible assessments that support data informed instructional improvement and student well being, district leaders need to establish ongoing collaborative learning structures across all levels of leadership. And NIET outlines that very nicely in a quote that you can see there on the slide. These structures provide a platform for educators to regularly assess the alignment between expectations, available resources, data that's been gathered, and feedback, of course, ensuring that our assessments are culturally responsive and accessible. So, district leaders should prioritize professional development that equips our educators with the knowledge and tools to do this and address the diverse needs of all of our students by promoting that inclusivity and enhance their learning and their well-being. All right. Creating and communicating a learner-centric vision that offers personal and authentic learning experiences for all students requires a collaborative approach that involves all stakeholders, as noted in this quote here from Madafari and Jimenez on the slide as well. As a school district leader, we must engage in conversations with local communities to understand their values and needs regarding student data, which is also expressed in the quote that you can see here on the slide as well. This input informs the development of policies and procedures that safeguard privacy while allowing for personalized learning experiences. By fostering a sense of shared ownership among the stakeholders mentioned, we can realize a learner-centric vision that not only addresses the unique needs and interests of each student, but also aligns with the broader goals of the educational community. Collaborating and engaging with community members, including parents, businesses, organizations, and taxpayers without children in schools, is integral to the success of a school district. It contributes to the collective responsibility for education, which is highlighted in the quote here from Serdu-Yukov. As a school district leader, it is essential to foster a sense of coherence among individuals and organizations supporting our schools, which is emphasized in the quote there from NIET. This can be achieved by actively involving community members in decision-making processes, seeking their input, and establishing open lines of communication. Showcasing the direct impact of education on the community's well-being and economic development can garner support from those businesses, organizations, and ultimately those taxpayers that don't have kids in our school. But by building those strong partnerships and demonstrating the shared benefits of quality education, we can create a collaborative and engaged community that plays an active role in shaping our district's success. So in order to leverage the talents of our educators at all levels and empower them to lead while promoting participant voice, choice, and agency, we must prioritize a culture of collaboration and continuous improvement. We should encourage our educators to have a voice in shaping curriculum, in the teaching methods that are being used, and in those decision-making processes. And this aligns great with this quote here from Green and Harrington that you can see on the slide. How do we design research-based learning spaces? There we go. That are sensitive to gender and culture and responsive to student needs. It requires a comprehensive and inclusive approach. As a leader, it's important to recognize the importance of supplemental materials, particularly when addressing issues of cultural relevance where traditional resources may fall short. So this means creating a diverse range of educational materials that reflect cultural backgrounds and experiences of our students while also fostering an inclusive learning environment where all students feel valued and respected. So in order to promote and support flexible learner-centered spaces that amplify student voice, choice, and agency, it is essential, again, to prioritize some co-creation and stakeholder engagement, as well as emphasize the significance of student participation in shaping their own learning experiences. So we must recognize the transformative impact of giving students a voice and co-creating their learning plans. That's definitely valuable. Additionally, understanding the importance of stakeholder engagement and relationship building, which is mentioned in this quote here from Education First. It means that actively involving all stakeholders, including students, parents, and educators, in the decision-making processes to ensure that our learning spaces are responsive to diverse needs and principles. So in order to creatively construct non-traditional opportunities that maximize student learning outcomes, it's important to expand our understanding of education beyond traditional academic metrics and embrace an approach that considers students' non-academic abilities and wellness. And this is what's suggested in this quote from Modafari and Jimenez. As a district leader, we need to explore innovative avenues for promoting student well-being, social emotional development, and life skills alongside that academic instruction. So coming into our last standard that we're diving into for this presentation, we need to ensure that a school district's curriculum, instruction, technology, systems, and assessment practices are aligned in a collaborative, coherent, equitable, and systematic manner. It is imperative to prioritize comprehensive planning and professional development. So we as leaders have to recognize the significance in providing sufficient time for our school leaders and their leadership teams to thoroughly understand the chosen curriculum and its alignment with other critical elements of the instructional system, including things like standards, instruction itself, instructional practices, assessments, and evaluation. So in order to seek opportunities to leverage efficiency and cost savings on an ongoing basis and provide consistent funding for sustainability, school leaders must adopt a strategic and forward-thinking approach to financial management, which is highlighted in this quote here. Learning is more effective if we achieve the same results in less time and with less expense. It involves regularly reviewing our district operations, identifying areas where cost savings can be achieved without compromising educational quality, and implementing streamlined processes. But it also requires seeking opportunities for resource sharing, partnerships, and possibly grant acquisition to support those different funding streams. So, creating a culture of data informed decision making while focusing on the whole child requires a multifaceted approach rooted in collaboration and student support. As a leader, it's essential to prioritize that inclusion of supports for students who may be below grade level when we select new curriculums, which is outlined in that quote from NIET. When we do this, it ensures that the curriculum is not only data driven, but it's also responsive to the diverse needs of all students. So, in order to continuously plan, implement, measure, and reflect and refine to sustain high quality teaching and learning for years to come, school district leaders must adopt a systematic and adaptive approach, recognizing that importance of high quality instructional materials that engage students deeply and create coherence. This is highlighted in a quote from NIET. Districts should make informed decisions about curriculum, instruction, and technology. Additionally, understanding the concept of opportunity to learn, also known as OTL, as encompassing various elements such as curriculum, instruction, supportive environments, effective educators, and student supports. And it outlines a few more details there in that quote from Modafari and Jimenez that you can see on the slide there. So, by establishing a culture of continuous improvement, involving stakeholders at all levels, and embracing innovative practices, leaders can sustain high quality teaching and learning for the long term, preparing students for success in the years to come. So, my own personal or professional thoughts on how technology influences decision-making process. Budgeting for technology is not something that I've had to do directly, and so I would need additional information on this by first looking at past and current budgets to look at district trends for purchasing and to ensure I am initially making adequate decisions. I do believe that the ability to keep up with technology needs can be quite daunting and very expensive due to needing to replace devices as well as purchase new and trending equipment. However, it would be important to ensure that these new pieces of equipment are of value to ensure student and teacher growth and success, and that it's not simply a trend. This does connect technology needs to multiple facets in the district, and so I would definitely need to stay abreast to these connections in order to make the most fiscally responsible decisions while also driving the district forward into a growth pattern. Some different proposes to improve or enhance our current usage. By already being involved at the district level, I can easily integrate myself into more conversations surrounding technology within my district. In doing so, it would enhance my knowledge of what this looks like at the district level. I can also engage myself into classrooms more frequently as time allots in order to see technology and curriculum in action with both the teachers and the students. This would help me gain an understanding of how they work together and if they are creating student engagement and success, or if it is simply a device that's being used but not to its fullest potential. So from there, I could also determine if professional growth is needed and in which areas areas, the frequency of the need, and what the level of that need is. So for our standard correlation for 4.1, this outcome outlined both academic and non-academic needs within a school district. This correlated to my presentation by addressing what some of these needs are, how they can look in a school setting in order to set up students for success, all while ensuring it aligns to a shared vision that supports students who need equitable access to the curriculum and technology components. 4.2 outlined the need for driven leadership at multiple levels within a school district. This correlated to my presentation by acknowledging the need for leaders within buildings, classrooms, the community, and district. These leaders need to ensure that they have a well-rounded knowledge of what is occurring in our students' learning and that we are always needing ways in which we can grow as professionals so that we can be the best that we can be in order for our students to also show growth. For 4.3, this outcome outlined the need for engagement at all levels while being responsive to the needs of each student and their learning environment. This correlated with my presentation by understanding that the representation of all members of the community are essential to the success of a district. We must also increase our knowledge and awareness routinely in order to structure learning environments that are supportive of all students' educational and personal growth. 4.4 outlines the need for systems that are successful to be in place, and it correlated to my presentation by recognizing the need to stay abreast of recent information and always considering the need for growth and change within the system itself. So the relevancy of this assignment to my current learning is because it showed the need for cohesion between our schools and their use of technology. We need to be utilizing the same devices in the same ways in order to create equity for all students in our district. It allows me to consider on a deeper level how technology can not only enhance curricula, but can also bring it up to a higher level by supporting both our students and our teachers. When I reflected on this, it will change my role by getting myself more involved than I have been in order to gain a better overall understanding of the use of technology in our district and how it can be a driving factor in multiple entities. It will help me better understand the why behind some things in order to facilitate better conversations and make better informed decisions in this area. And with that, here are my references, which are continued on this slide as well as the next. And I thank you for sticking with me and listening to my presentation. Thanks.